It's another beautiful day on the grand keyboard of life. And even though we would like to keep hitting C notes, I think it's about high time that we try hitting high frequency notes. Yes, it's about time that we now hit and maintain higher vibrational notes on the grand keyboard of life. We are forever dancing to that subtle, beautiful tune, and everybody seems to be hearing it quite differently. Somebody else's tune is sadness. Somebody else's tune is manifested as happiness, and it just varies. And now we are saying, if we agree that happiness is good, then maybe we should keep on hitting those high vibrational notes. Not necessarily always the C notes, but let us keep on hitting those higher vibrational notes. That way we all now could collectively dance to this blissful melody called life. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my channel. Honestly, there is so much that I am grateful for. Grateful for the Most High, for sticking to his word, sticking to his promise. Really, because the times that we are in, we are realizing now how his spirit is actively working in us, with us, and around us. We can see it. It's very, very evident. And I'm also grateful for y'all, because despite the fact that we all have a whole lot of things that we are trying to take care of, we could still find time to connect. Even if it's digitally, that's okay. We still get to connect online. Just by you participating, by listening to me, liking the video, dropping your comments below, sharing it, just projecting positive vibrations upon the image that you are seeing. I don't know how I could truly show y'all my appreciation, but just know that I am grateful, because once we get to feel the light, we don't just feel the light. We soak in the light. We become the light. Then we share the light. Once we feel the light, we reflect it and let it span. It's pretty much what I'm trying to say. I pray that God gives me a little bit more time so I can get to dialogue with y'all some more. But as we know, the days ahead are all in his hands. So with everything that we do it in his name, with his name. That way he always receives all the glory in truth and in spirit. Today I want us to have a deep conversation. Let's dialogue, and we're going to talk about desire. DESIRE. And we're going to talk about how important it is to work hand in hand with discipline to sire our desires. Some people have attributed words like desire, anger, happiness, sadness, lust to spirit. That these are actually entities that exist within man. Some people say it's not just a word, because we might throw these words around and then we don't really think about the strong vibration behind it. So if we are looking at desire as a spirit, then we would also know that we will get to realize that Desire actually is a form of divine energy. Desire almost seems like it is neutral in its position in us, but then it greatly relies on our thought and will to be made fully manifest. We desire to live in a good house, but before that desire, thought is now working with feelings. And as thought is being charged up by the feelings, in conjunction with faith, the will now kicks in, giving it the extra push. And then suddenly, voila, you manifest a good house. You desire to have a good car, same process. We desire to wear good clothes, same process. Now, if your thought seems to be vibrating on a negative polarity, desire could come out manifested in ways that work against you, the individual that is desiring whatever they are desiring, and not only against you, but against others as well too. I am starting to realize the power of desire. That of all the great manifestations that man has co-created, utilizing the natural resources that we have available, I am seeing that the enticement has always been physical. There seems to be a temporary amount of satisfaction that comes about once we desire to manifest the physical object and then we attain it. But then desire seems to never be quenched. Desire is like the inner fire of man. And it is not the fire that you light with petrol and a matchstick or a lighter. It is divine flame. And we can work with this divine flame once we balance out our thoughts and we choose to truly pay a deeper attention to the thought process. Mankind has manifested a whole lot. When you see where mankind has come from and you see where we at today, our desires have led us to making life more convenient. But I would like to emphasize that we should not let our desires stop at the manifestation, at desiring or willing to manifest just physical objects to bring about physical comfort. For if we can see that our desires could manifest all of this in conjunction with thought, then truly, we should be able to now get to a point where we say, man has worked hard. And in truth, man now desires to see every man live in the best condition that they can possibly desire to live in, that they would possibly desire to live in. This is a desire. And like I said, it is attainable. If we desire it, we can manifest it. Take note, I'm saying we, not me, because I am already projecting into that dimension of thought. And I am saying we should now be able to shift desire from the point of selfishness, of the ego self, but now I'm projecting desire upon each and every one of us. I'm talking about positive desire to see my fellow man doing well. Because I know that doing well is good. Good for me, good for you, good for us. I desire to see greatness manifested in the world. I desire to see that man can truly have access to health care. I desire to see that we don't put so much emphasis on money. We now have to be able to start getting even much more realistic with the real manifestation power within us, which works simultaneously, like I said, with thought, will, feelings, faith, action, manifestation. We seal it. It's very, very doable. Our desires. Desire could either work as a catalyst or it could work as an impeding factor. It could be a stumbling block if we channel our desires into unfruitful directions. It is such a great thing to be able to get to understand how our Creator, in His wisdom, instilled this very element within us. This element that could bring about tremendous change in our world. We see that people were tired of darkness and they desired light. And they decided to go ahead and fabricate the light bulb. Even God Himself, when He made light, He said it was good. The desire for light. We now have to step into the conscious creation of our reality. Given there is a whole lot that could block us internally, mentally, from manifesting divine desires. But we must know who we truly are. And once we hold on to the reality of who we are, then that which we are now building is that which cannot be destroyed by the fire, is that which cannot be destroyed by mere mortal hands. Because in truth, we have seen that we can tap into the many different elements and manifest so much. We can now also tap into the subtle elements within ourselves. Because this body that we see is not just a biological being, it's beyond biology. The anatomy of it goes beyond just a frame with skeletons and muscles and cells. There is the subtle body that is connected to our mental field. And there are different properties attributed to that work within us to manifest what we truly desire, could be good or bad. So if we take a decision today, we decide today that we are going to put faith in ourselves, because the all in all and the all above all lives in all. That's power. If we take it upon ourselves to say we will not act oblivious to this notion that greater is that which is in us, and we would tap into that and align our desires with the higher will of the Son, then we would now get to shine. We'll be beacons of light in each other's lives. For as we see ourselves distant from each other because of our inner desires, that is also how distant we are from God, because God is in us. And we ought to use now divine energy, divine emotion, which is through desire, to bring each other closer, to enjoy the resources that we are manifesting from desire. This is a whole video about desire, and I'm glad that y'all are staying tuned through it. Drop your comments below, please. Let me know, am I making any sense? Are we getting somewhere? I hope this is not just for entertainment, because the way I'm trying to curate my videos, I don't want it to just be that, we just listen. It's a little windy right now, please pardon it. I hope it's not gonna bother y'all so much. I'm enjoying the breeze, though. It does feel good on me. Hopefully y'all can get to feel some of this fresh air wherever y'all is at. Yes, we are grateful. We are grateful. But yeah, no, truly, we should really, really start to work with those spirits, the positive spirits within us. I call it spirits. You could label it what you want to label it, but I do know that our divine creator made sure that we had what we needed to live on this his field temporarily in cahoots with each other without having to always run back to him. Because once we obey the rules, once we obey the spiritual natural laws, we are obeying him. Because he knew that through those laws, even in his absence, we should be able to coexist. And that's why I'm grateful, because it takes a desire to want to adhere to those spiritual laws to actually now push yourself to start to do it. Because once you've been living in unnatural, inorganic ways, and then the natural, organic way finally presents itself, of course there's going to be this agitation. But then it requires desire. We have to desire to want good, for good to be, for good to reign. We truly have to work with our desires. What do we truly desire? Do we just desire material objectives and possessions? And then once we manifest that, we realize that even that in itself has not satisfied us? Or should we now start to channel our desires towards the highest? Yes, let us channel our desires towards the highest. And it's proven because there's just this mechanism in place that has proven that once we truly align our desires, it gets to manifest. Yeshua even said, when we pray, we should say, may thy kingdom come. That's a desire. We have to desire for the kingdom to come. He said, when we pray, let us say, Father in heaven, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. But he also said about praying for the kingdom to come. We have to desire for the kingdom. Because if it is in us and we develop the desire to realize it, we will realize it. I'm hoping that this kind of made some type of sense. I felt like I was just going. I'm hoping that, y'all connected with it. Like I said, it's a dialogue. So drop your comments below. Let's get to chopping it up, you know what I mean? Let me know what y'all feel, what y'all think. Do you think that, desire is just not even a real thing? Maybe I'm just making it up. Do you think desire is just a thought? Whatever it is that y'all are thinking, I'm always interested, in hearing all of your points. So please do drop your comments below. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay blessed. And start to use your words even in ways that you never thought, in conjunction with faith and a positive outlook. Utilize your desire now and let us bring about that kingdom of the God within, without, as we know we can if we utilize our desires accordingly. Until next time, y'all just tuned into the Free Mind Chronicles. I am the common denominator, your spiritual friend in need. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Thank you. I am grateful.